come down here not really knowing what to expect at all. We're just coming down here to play these Wooden Heart shows and test the water, you know. But it's really been, it's just the greatest thing. We're just having everybody's just lit up. We're having a ball. People putting a tour on the table and saying, you know, we're going to try and bring you down to Australia. Hold tight. We'll get back to you. And it's happened like 4 or 5 times, and 4 or 5 times it's not happened. And in the end, you stop thinking about it. You think, well, it's an impossibility. The money to get down there is too steep. And then suddenly this promoter comes on the scene that's way into it. And so it's like one of those things. It's a whole continent of people, and that I haven't been breathing the same air till like 4 days ago. As a singer, when you do step up and start doing the acoustic thing, it transcends just being a professional musician. You really connect with the audience.
I've read somewhere that you always put yourself in the situation that you sing about. Are you still doing that?
Yeah.
I mean, who are you thinking about when you're singing Missing You?
Yeah. Well, that's, you know, I'm thinking about New York City, and I'm thinking about my ex-wife, and I'm thinking about, you know, my marriage going south. When you look back at that particular part of the 80s, you know, it was a very colourful, fast-moving, young life, and almost out of control, because you're always on the road and always on an aeroplane going somewhere, and different stages and different people, and it's chaotic, you know. And there is a bittersweet kind of tinge to the song, because life was so, you know, it just exploded. You know, if you do what you love, you walk a little taller. You really do. I don't know, it's self-respect or just excitement about doing something you believe in, but that's worth a lot more than making more money. You know, I mean, money's great, but it's far from being the whole reason for doing anything. Once you got enough, you've got enough. You know, I mean, it's relative, really. I bought the Porsche, and I drove it off. I drove it off a cliff, you know. I mean, I really did. And I had the big house in the country, and it was great. But you don't really need... I mean, I bought the house for the land. I love the land, and it was deep in the wood. But, I don't know, life is... you know, enough is enough. I mean, I do very well doing something that I really love.
So what does John Waite do when you're not up on stage performing, or you're not sitting back and writing, or rehearsing with the band? What are your other hobbies? What are your other passions?
Well, you know, Indian food, great Indian food in Santa Monica occasionally. Reading, I read a lot, and I love film. I'm kind of a big fan of film. I like art. You know, I went to art school for 4 years, so it's a natural thing for me to go straight to the sort of art section in a newspaper. I'm a fan of other people's work. You know, you see people do great work, and you know, it's an all-encompassing thing. You know, we're all trying to get it right. We're all trying to write the perfect song.
John Waite, thank you so much for chatting with me today. It's been a totally unexpected pleasure for me to get to know you a little bit, as has been your experience so far here in Australia. So wishing you lots of continued success and a fabulous tour right around this country, and hope we see you lots more here. Don't leave it another 40 years before you come back, huh?
Yeah. Well, that's very kind of you. Thank you. It's nice to talk to you too. God bless.